Oh, and that's only the midpoint of the chapter, Jesus Christ. Keiichi, I've been calling your name for a while. You have a phone call. It's from Sonozaki-san. Sonozaki-san? Which one? The older sister or the younger one? I don't know. Ask her yourself. Hello? Mion? Or is it Shion? It's me, Shion. Good evening. Shion! Sorry about last night. I got all riled up. He must have been worried about how I hung up the phone so suddenly last night. We're tied to the same fate. Making sure the other is alright is the only way to guarantee our own safety. Yeah, I agree. We absolutely need to share whatever information we have, so that we don't die like Takano-san and Tomitake-san did. I heard Keiichi swallow loudly. Then, let's continue from where we left off. You'll listen without getting angry this time, right? Yeah, I'll be fine. Keiichi agreed to be quiet and listen. I explained the dangerous situation Keiichi was in once again. Just like how some evil people in the village attacked Takano-san and Tomitake-san, they might attack us any day. It was ironic, of course, that while I was warning him, I was also the one who made sure the curse would fall upon him. Let's report anything we notice that seems strange. If we connect all the tiny pieces that we have, then just maybe we'll find out who killed them. Or maybe even the truth behind the incidents of the past few years. You're right. You're right about that. Then I'll start since I suggested it. I feel like somebody has been watching me lately. What? I was making this up. I just wanted him to realize how urgent the situation was. It might be my imagination, but I'll tell you anyway. I think it's just me, but if you feel like you're being watched too, Kei-chan, then maybe it's not just in my head. Well, don't worry. At the very least, everything's fine with me. It seemed like nothing had happened to Keiichi today, at least. Now that the heads of all the three families were gone, it was possible the curse system had been destroyed entirely. If that was the case, then Keiichi might not be attacked after all. But if there was someone who did want to attack him, that meant part of the system was still alive. In other words, my mission wouldn't be accomplished just yet. Keiichi is like a litmus test in this situation. I'd know whether or not all my enemies were gone, depending on if Keiichi got bitten. He sure is a very useful man. After that, I went along with what Keiichi said. I made sure he was fearful of Mion, as well as of the three families. I explained to him the possibility that the whole village was involved, and that the curse of Oyashiro-sama might be some sort of system. Then I remembered Shion wouldn't know too much about the disappearance of the mayor, so I continued. I just heard this myself. Is it true that Uncle Kimiyoshi went missing? You mean the mayor? Wait, Shion, you haven't heard? I don't know anything. I just overheard my father talking about it on the phone again. Yeah, actually, last night after the meeting, he didn't come home, so the whole village was in a panic. They searched all over Hinamizawa, but they found him. But if they found him, then I haven't heard. The police should be searching for him as well. Why didn't you tell me something that important right away? Sorry, I thought you already knew. I didn't want to hide it or anything. Kei-chan, what should I do? What's wrong? Tell me. We're not keeping secrets from each other, right? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hide it. It was just that, the conversation got turned around and we're on the same side, right? I won't get mad, so just tell me. Uncle Kimiyoshi, I told him everything. Old man Kimiyoshi. He's someone you feel comfortable confiding in, Shion? Yes. When I was little, he was really nice to me. All I did was play tricks on him, but he would always just smile. He listened to anything I had to say. He was such a kind person. Calm down, Shion. It's not like he's dead, right? Don't lose heart so easily. Keiichi tried to make me feel better, but he had no idea what was actually going on. It really made me laugh. That night, I told the mayor that we snuck into the ritual storehouse. Also that someone saw us and was out to get us. Does the mayor know how absurdly Takano-san and Tomitake-san died? Yes, he knew about it. I told him that they died by Oyashiro-sama's curse, and that I could be made a sacrifice to calm his anger. I just said it straight out. Right. What then? Uncle Kimiyoshi didn't get angry. He smiled, then told me that if I was remorseful about it, there was no way I'd be demoned away. He was really smiling, and he told me to leave it to him. I actually got a little sad while saying that. Uncle Kimiyoshi had been so reliable. I was happy when he said that he would protect Shion. I truly was happy. If only he hadn't said anything to insult Satoshi-kun. It's my fault, because I confessed everything. Stop it, Shion. It's not your fault. No, it is my fault. I told him our secret. Uncle Kimiyoshi found out about everything, so he had to have been killed. It was right after I confessed to him, after all. He disappeared the same night, and he told me everything was going to be all right. It was such a strange feeling. I wasn't upset at all, but as I pretended to be upset and mutter words of prayer for Kimiyoshi's safety, I started to feel that emotion growing inside me. I was only pretending to be distressed to fool Keiichi, yet the emotion I feigned began welling up inside me. It felt like I was being consumed by that emotion, so the words coming from my mouth weren't words I intentionally said. They were words that consuming emotion forced me to say. It was like someone else was inside of me. It was like someone else inside of me was doing the talking instead. And I was just watching that someone talk from a short distance away. I never should have told him. All of this should have only been our fault. Only the four of us. It wasn't something I should have told someone else. He got killed because I told him. He got killed because he knew. He got killed because I confessed to him. Hey, stop! If they were doing that, then they would obviously have killed you before killing the mayor. It doesn't make sense. You or I should have been killed first. Why would other people die before us? It does make sense. They must be planning to kill us last of all. Huh? What? They start by killing those we're close to, and after they've caused us so much pain, then they'll kill us. That must be what they're doing. What I just said scared even me. Killing our loved ones first to harm us emotionally, and only then kill us at the height of our suffering. Oh, I felt something crawling up my spine. That's awesome. It's an awesome idea. I must not be human anymore. I really am a demon. A human could never think of such cruel things. That would be one incredible hell. Your close friends dying one at a time after being tortured. And after all that, you yourself get killed. What a great way to destroy someone's life. Why was I getting so excited about this? Because I could get going with that plan right away. Rika-Chan! It's Rika-Chan! What? What did you say just now? Well, the truth is, I told her about it. I told Rika-Chan. Today. Rika-Chan? You mean Rika-Chama? The one from the Furude Shrine? Yes, Rika-Chan! I felt so scared and uneasy that I did it. I told Rika-Chan. When you did, what did she say? The cat is worrying too much. I'll do something about it for sure. That's what Rika-Chan said. I'm sorry, Shion. I'm a bit I'm worried about Rika-Chan. Ah, right. If you're that concerned, then don't worry about me. Please, go find out whether she's safe. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll call you again tomorrow at the same time. When I do, you'll know I'm still alright. I got it. I'll be waiting. Okay, bye. Sorry, I'm hanging up. Keiichi hung up roughly. What a hilarious conversation with Keiichi. Everything was just too damn funny. Keiichi Maibara, go ahead and struggle helplessly. Run all over the village and see if the curse is still alive. Go ahead and see if my enemies are still around. I laughed for a while, and then calmed down. I'd already got rid of the bicycles and shoes belonging to Rika and Sadako. My house was, for the moment, taken care of. I could expect Keiichi to run around in a panic, to ask for help from someone, and then ultimately come to me on. More than likely, the youth group would end up looking for Rika like they did with the mayor. I'd probably have to endure another long night again, knowing nobody would find her. I decided to wait until the phone rang. I killed time by watching TV until it did. Kei-chan, are you serious? I'm going to get really mad if this is a joke. I scolded Keiichi for suspecting that Rika had disappeared. Mi-chan, if it really is a joke, don't get mad. Smile. It would be a joke after all. We need to make sure whether it's a joke or not. You're right. Sorry for getting upset. Rina rebuked me. While she looked quiet, I felt that she could be very terrifying under her skin. I had no basis for that impression, but I still felt that way. I just didn't like her. I disliked her ever since that rainy day at the bus stop. It wasn't that we didn't get along, though. How should I put it? I was at a loss for how to explain. Ah, that was it. I found a good example. When I was little, I always wanted to play tennis. I had my relatives take me to a tennis court, and they all praised my skill. I was doing nothing more than hitting a ball with a racket, but they told me I was talented, and that made me happy. When I went to school, I told my classmates I played tennis, and they told me that I was talented too. Then, one of my classmates, who was usually very quiet, said she also played tennis. Not only did she play, but she took lessons. Although I'd bragged about my serve, I was no match for her. I felt lonely and insulted that everyone was paying attention to her and not me. She was usually very quiet, but suddenly, I realized that she knew more and had a lot more experience than me. Rina at the bus stop was just like that. I thought of myself as a demon now. I'd awakened a part of me that was half human and half demon, the part that lived in Onigafuchi village. In fact, I'd already stepped into a world where normal humans couldn't go. I'd already surpassed my human limits. I genuinely thought of myself as a superior being, having transcended the realm of mortals. But when my eyes met with Rina Ryugu's, I felt what I did long ago with tennis. Why? Why did I feel that way with Rina? I'd heard that in the animal world, during battle, animals glare at each other to display their strength. Only humans have to punch or kick each other to feel superiority or inferiority. Most animals can tell just by glaring at each other. In that case, could it be the same with Rina? Mi-chan, are you okay? Yeah, sorry. I haven't slept since yesterday, you know. Sorry. Keiichi climbed up a ladder and tried to peek into the window on the second floor where Rika and Sadako lived. It was my job to hold down the ladder. Rina cautioned me to hold onto it tightly. Mi-chan, I'm going to check the main house just to be sure, okay? I'll be right back. Okay. Be careful. Rina ran off after that. When I looked up, I saw Keiichi trying to open a window, but all of them were locked. What did Rina mean by main house? Keiichi asked me from the top of the ladder. It's the Furude family's actual house. After her parents passed away, I think it's been left like that. Ah, Right. Rika-Chan's parents. They passed away, huh? Sadako's also an orphan. Her parents fell from a cliff because of Oyashiro-sama's curse. Then her older brother, Satoshi-kun, he disappeared. Satoshi? I've heard that name before. He'd heard the name before. I felt anger growing inside of me. Don't you know whose desk you're using every day? You act as if it belongs to you. You drop food on it while eating lunch. You drool on it while taking a nap. Don't you know who it really belongs to? Why am I acting this way? I'm Mion. Satoshi-kun doesn't even exist anymore. He was demoned away. It's hardly Keiichi's fault that he didn't know. It really isn't his fault. Sadako and Rika-chan have been living in this shack ever since. Neither of them has any family, but at least they're together. They help each other out. Didn't Rina say there was a main house? Wouldn't it be easier to live there? I think she tried that at first. She said it was hard, though, because it reminded her of her parents. After everyone in Sadako's family died, she started living with Rika. It only made sense. Sadako and Rika were best friends. They didn't care about the Hojo family or the Furude family. They had been best friends since before the dam conflict. The reason why the curse never fell upon Sadako, Rika Furude probably had a lot to do with it. That made more sense than anything else, at least. Sadako was pardoned from the curse of the Hojo family, all thanks to Rika Furude's arrangements. Sadako had never been a victim on the night of Watanagashi. According to the curse system I'd uncovered, the last survivor of the Hojo family still living in Hinamizawa would be the perfect target for this year's curse. Therefore, whoever was responsible for executing the curse must have tried to take her life. However, nothing happened to her, proving that Sadako had escaped from the curse. That was really and truly infuriating. She might have been the head of the Furude family, but I still couldn't accept that such a little girl had enough power to protect her best friend. Actually Shion. Shion must have had the same power then. Just like Rika protected Sadako, Shion could have protected Satoshi. Damn it. Damn it! Rika-chan and Sadako-chan. They have it hard, huh? She's cursed. Huh? Mion, what did you just say? I said she's cursed. Mion, why are you making that face? Sadako Hojo. She's been cursed by Oyashiro-sama. I can't accept that Sadako was pardoned from the curse, although she was a member of the cursed Hojo family. She was one of the cursed Hojos. Satoshi-kun wasn't pardoned, but Sadako was. She was cursed, but she got away. She escaped the curse, but Satoshi-kun didn't. I can't accept that. In fact, Sadako should have been the one to be cursed the most. She cornered Satoshi-kun physically and emotionally. That was why things got weirder, and in the end, everything went crazy. When I think back on it, it was Sadako who I hated most of all. She cornered Satoshi-kun. And as a result, Satoshi-kun disappeared. She started it. She caused it. If only she hadn't been there. Just as Rika Furude and Sadako had lived happily, maybe there had been a happy future for me too. Maybe Satoshi-kun and I could have started our lives together in Okinomiya. Yes, if I look at both the beginning and the end, it's so obvious. Sadako's existence caused everything. Satoshi-kun had to kill his aunt because of Sadako. The three families used that need to create the curse, and then they killed him. Welcome back. The police were convinced he just ran away, but he'd never do that. He was the type of person who always did his best at everything. All by himself. He was doing the very best he could for his only sister, yet he was forced to vanish. He worked so hard for Sadako, and though he was living just for her, he was erased. Poor Satoshi-kun. He was so underappreciated. That girl knew no gratitude. She was cursed. If you got near her, you'd meet the same fate. You'd be cursed to die, or disappear. That really was it. She was the main cause behind it all. No, this is not. Very different universe. She wormed her way into Rika Furude's good graces, and that was why the curse fell upon Satoshi-kun. She should have died first. Then Satoshi-kun would still be alive. If he was alive, I could have done something for him. I can't forgive her. I can't forgive Sadako. I can't forgive that girl. There could be no peace with her. There could be no peace. She was the perfect target for the curse of 1983. The curse of Oyashiro-sama. Rika Furude, the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama. Rika was dead. The reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama had died. There was no more god in Hinamizawa to deliver the curse. I'm the one who has to deliver it now. I am Mion Sonozaki, the head of the Sonozaki family, one of the 3 families of Onigafuchi. Now that all the heads of the 3 families are gone, there is nobody to surpass me. I will deliver the curse of Oyashiro-sama, and nobody else. I'll deliver it. I am the curse. I have become Oyashiro-sama. I felt hot bubbles boiling over deep inside of me. I could tell the demon inside of me wanted to roar. I noticed Keiichi was looking down at me. Calm down, Mion. He can't tell what you're thinking. Calm down. Calm down. At that point, I heard footsteps coming closer. I saw 4 or 5 adults, accompanied by Rina, running toward us with flashlights in their hands. One of them opened the lock on the cabin door, and we all went inside. Of course, there was nobody there. Sadako and Rika lived alone. I doubted Sadako would have left a note saying she was going over to the Sonozaki house when Rika was there already. But it wouldn't be fun if she had. Because of that, I hurried into the room ahead of Rina to make sure there was nothing left behind. The rumor of Rika and Sadako's disappearance spread around the village quickly. More and more villagers gathered at the Furude shrine. Acting in place of the head of the Sonozaki family, I commanded them to search the village. The villagers nodded and scattered. How long had it been since the last time I was truly Mion? I felt so pleased that my body almost went numb. Lots of villagers went in and out of the shrine. They yelled at each other that she was nowhere to be found. Some suggested other places to look, and they all left. They made a lot of noise with their comings and goings. Members of the Women's Association brought out huge pots and gas cookers from the storage and got ready to cook for the men. That was when I noticed Keiichi unsteadily walking toward a copse of dark pine trees. What was he thinking? How stupid of him to be alone on a night like this. If a person responsible for executing the curse was nearby, he wouldn't come back safely.
Mion-chan, we went all around Ojaga Lake, but we didn't find anything. We tried to light up the pond, but we're going to have to wait until the sun is up.
Okay, thanks for your hard work. The women are making some miso soup, so please rest up and have some.
Mion-chan, do you know where they usually park their bicycles?
No. They probably parked them at the bottom of the stairs leading up here. I don't think they'd come up while carrying them.
We can't find their bicycles. Where did they go? If they left on their bikes, they could have gone pretty far. Maybe even as far as the town. In that case, we'll have to look outside of Hinamizawa. By the way, who first noticed that Rika-chan was gone?
It was Kei-chan. He suddenly had a hunch.
Oh, that Maibara kid, huh? He's a little suspicious. Speaking of which, why hasn't the Maibara family shown up when we're in a crisis like this? The Maibaras still haven't joined the town council, so they're not in the youth group's phone directory. Really? Well, ain't no helping it then. Huh? They joined, didn't they? I think it's just that their name isn't in the directory yet. The last time we updated it was at the beginning of the year. They just moved here, so that's why they aren't on it. That Maibara kid's hunch is still suspicious. They do say the first one on the scene is the most suspicious. Where did he go? I saw him walking toward the pine trees. Can someone go get him?
Conveniently, I saw Keiichi and Rina walking back toward us. Kei-chan, where did you go? I was worried you disappeared too. Sorry. It looked like nothing had happened to Keiichi. If so, that's fine. That means I took care of all my enemies.
Oh, my. I knew I smelled something good coming from over here. I'd be much obliged if you'd allow me to have some.
I heard the loud, sticky voice of a middle-aged man. It was Uishi. He must be confused about this year's incident. The scale of the curse this time is nothing like the previous ones. Uishi's information network is about equal to or better than that of the elders on the town council. In other words, he could easily uncover a rumor that was circulating through the underside of the village. He must have came here to see if the disappearance of Kimiyoshi and Rika had something to do with the changing of the lock on the ritual storehouse's door. The police will come for me sooner or later. I am Mion Sonozaki. By removing all of the heads of the three families, my enemies, I have become the head in their place. I can't allow Mion Sonozaki to continue existing. I'll have to destroy the existence of the head of the Sonozaki family. When I destroy my own position, that is when my revenge will come to an end. More than likely, I'll have Uishi witness my final moments. My eyes and Uishi's met. Damn it, he thinks I'm suspicious already. You're right, Uishi. I did it. Mion Sonozaki, the head of the Sonozaki family, is the culprit. Ooh. Is that it? Is that the end of the chapter? The end? Yeah, it is. Okay. Page 195. Rika Furude. She was the head of the Furude family, but she never even appeared at the most important meetings. Even if she did show up, nobody would ask for her opinion, so it never really mattered if she was there or not. A legend in the Furude family says that if their firstborn child is a girl for 8 generations in a row, that 8th girl would be the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama. According to Takano-san's research, Rika Furude is very likely to be the one. Surely, she must be an important icon in the cult of Oyashiro-sama. The true believers are devoted to her. So, it's quite surprising to me that Rika Furude herself was the assassin. It's unbelievable. It's just too abnormal. Usually, a VIP like her wouldn't be the one to assassinate someone. It's possible that it was a Rika Furude look-alike. From the way she moved, she seemed experienced in fighting. It's not normal that a small girl like her would jump me without faltering. I just got lucky because I had a stun gun. Without it, I don't know what would have happened. She was far more skilled than she looked. Was she trained as an assassin? Or was it a body double? Everything is a mystery, including that creepy syringe. What's going on? I can't understand. She was like an apparition or something. Did Oryu Sonozaki know of her existence? What is hiding on the underside of this village? That underside might run much deeper than I thought. At this point, I believe that I can complete my revenge by destroying the curse system entirely. That means that I have to eliminate the heads of all the 3 families, the successor Shion, and the assassins who are after Keiichi. Although Keiichi is completely unguarded, he hasn't been attacked so far. Even though I told everybody that he was one of the trespassers. In fact, it's me who's being attacked. Rika Furude attacked me. According to my theory, Keiichi should make for very attractive bait, but nobody has done anything to harm him. Since Rika Furude attacked me, it might be that opposing the Furude family is a greater taboo than trespassing in the ritual storehouse. Rika Furude had said that intrusion wasn't a big deal. She sounded like she was going to let Keiichi walk. And after I accused her of that, Rika Furude attacked me that very night. Are there 2 different factions? Does one handle trespassers in the ritual storehouse, while the other protects the religious doctrines of the Furude family? No, that doesn't make sense. Tomitake-san's death must have been caused by the Furude family's injections. Rika showed me the effect of it herself, clawing out her own throat and dying like that. But Tomitake-san shouldn't have been subject to the curse, at least according to the system of the Furude family. I don't understand why Keiichi hasn't been attacked. Did he have something exempting him from the curse, unlike Takano-san? Just like how only Sadako Hojo was spared? Keiichi is a friend of Rika Furude's, so does that mean that if you were close to her, you wouldn't be cursed? Was she more important than the whole system? That's impossible. The hag was at the top of the curse system. Rika shouldn't have been higher up than her. Scribble, scribble. Are there multiple ways to determine the subject of the curse? Are there as many curse execution groups as there are subjects, and do they all work separately? It's a mess. None of my theories add up. If I mess up my reasoning, I might make the wrong person the target of my revenge. I don't understand who the enemy is, or how Satoshi-kun was made to disappear. How much did the hag know? That really was a huge loss. I have so many things I wanted to ask her. I killed her by accident. Shit. In that respect, I've already failed in my revenge. The underside of Hinamizawa really does run too deep.
The whole page is blocked out with scribbles.
Oh. Alright. We still haven't seen all the tips, so there's gonna be, like, at least 2 more chapters. Oh my god.